In this week's Money Questions Answered video, I'm answering questions sent to me by Patricia. Patricia got contacted by a debt collector who even arrived at her office insisting that she sign some documents. And she said, but I don't even know what this debt is about. I don't remember this debt. And it turns out that the debt was from African Bank, and it had the last payment she had made was in October 2020. Now, that means that it is clearly prescribed. Now, the Prescription Act says that a debt will be extinguished if not paid or acknowledged by being owed by the creditor. So if you haven't acknowledged it, if you haven't paid for it in 3 years, then the debt is extinguished. The only exception is if you have a bond that unfortunately does not prescribe, that has a 30-year prescription period, or when the debt is owed to the state. So don't think SARS is going to apply prescription. So in this case, it was very clear to Patricia that she had not acknowledged this debt. She'd actually forgotten about it, and no one had made any communication with her. She told this to the debt collector, who then phoned his office, and they confirmed that the last payment that she had made was October 2020. Very, very, very clear situation of debt being prescribed. Now, even if, and this is really important, Patricia had signed it, maybe she didn't know her rights, because by the way, by then she'd already emailed me, I'd already told her what to do. But maybe this has happened to you. Maybe they arrive at your office, you're feeling so anxious, you just sign it. But afterwards, you're listening to this video saying, but gosh, I hadn't heard about this debt in over 3 years. I didn't even know about it. You still have the right to call prescription, even if you signed that document, because it was after 3 years. What's really important is that if you acknowledge the debt verbally or in writing before then, if you make a payment towards it before then, or if the credit provider has already issued a summons against that debt, then prescription doesn't apply. Say, for example, in October 2020 she says was her last payment, but African Bank had brought a legal action against her after that. Prescription doesn't apply. Or if she maybe acknowledged the debt in 2022, then prescription would only apply for the next following 3 years. So it's very important to understand that, and don't think, oh, every single debt you have has now prescribed. And the next step is that for Patricia to go to the credit bureaus to raise a dispute. The credit bureaus will confirm that the debt is prescribed, and if it is, they will remove it from the credit bureau. If you continue to get harassed, if this debt counselor keeps appearing, then there's a couple of steps she can take. She can complain to the Council of Debt Collectors if it was a debt collector. In this case, it actually happened to be a lawyer, so that would be a complaint to the Legal Practice Council. But Patricia can also go and lodge a complaint with the bank itself. And if she's unhappy with the outcome, she can even raise it with the National Financial Ombud. And if the National Financial Ombud finds that a credit provider is attempting, because you're not even allowed to attempt to collect on prescribed debt, they can take action. So hopefully that gives you some insights, but I do want to say that you should repay your debt. It's always good to pay debt. Don't, go around trying to hide from your creditors for 3 years in the hope they won't find you. I think make debt repayment plans, always pay your debts. It's good for your credit record. But if you're in a situation, I think there are many of them in COVID where, people just kind of forgot about the debt and they're now trying to revive them, then certainly you have your rights.
If you have a question, you can go to my website, myourmoney.co.za, or post your question below. And remember to subscribe.